We totally forgot to give a recap of last night's ghost tour. Like, it more was a hunt, honestly.
Feel that way.
I honestly was so pleasantly surprised. We were so excited because there's like a bunch of ghost tours.
Yeah.
And this is the only one that offered like ghost equipment to like potentially see the ghost you're talking
honestly,
about.
It wasn't even like it was the same price as like any other ghost tour. So it wasn't like we paid more for this experience. Like it really was the same. That's why it was kind of hard to decide which one. We were like, well, which one's the best? You know? And they honestly all seem pretty cool. We might do another one just out of curiosity because I just love ghost tours so much. So we might do another one just to see like the difference and compare. But we loved it last night. And can I just say we made some friends? Some local friend at that. Her name was Nina. Her name is Nina. Oh my God. She did not pass away on the tour. Her name is Nina and her sister Lisa. Who also has a podcast, which we decided that's how we bonded.
That's how we bonded. But Nina, she lives in Savannah and she's been here for 2 years. So she wants to hang out and show us around, which I'm really excited about.
I can't wait.
Currently we are at this cafe called Arts, but what's special about it is that it's actually connected to this really famous college that Savannah is known for, which is SCAD, which stands for Savannah College Art and Design. So being art students, or was art students, it's really cool to kind of see like the younger generation in their minds and how they're kind of evolving. So it's such a cool little cafe that's connected to the museum, which is where we're going to go to after this. But it's so cool and just makes me feel like I'm back in college, kind of like, you know, just getting energized by it.
I know. We found out that this isn't just student work. These are artists from around the world who inspire the students. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot more. Some of this work was so amazing. I was like, I am incompetent adult that these students are amazing. But it's not the students, they're professional artists. And it's honestly really impressive. Beautiful. Modern art museum. Because we go to a lot and I'm actually like obsessed with this one. Oh, I love it.
Starting to rain a little bit, so we're thinking of just going to another museum that we're thinking of, the haunted one. And then just kind of calling it a day and just kind of taking the time to just like meal prep and relax before the week really starts. We just got back from the Mercer Williams house, which is like a really cool like museum. Like it's like pretty much you're walking around this estate. But what we didn't know, well, actually we could not record anything. We have nothing to show for it.
No, but we were there, we swear.
Yes, we really did enjoy it. And what was so cool is that what I did not know walking in is that there is a famous movie and book written about the actual well, I don't know if it's the actual experience, but maybe like
maybe it's loosely based.
It's
just based off of the book. But it's called The Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Which we obviously have not seen. Everyone in our tour group knew about it. And I felt like slightly shamed, and they're like, you haven't read it? And I was like, no. And they're like, have you seen the movie? And I was like, no.
It's like, why are you here? And I was like, because this house sounded cool. I was like, I don't know. Like, there's so many cool haunted houses, and this is one of them. So we wanted to check it out. And I'm glad we did. And now we have a movie to watch, and I'm so freaking pumped.
Yeah, and also, fun fact, that was really cool. Just our good travel juju.
I know.
Was that the nieces who own the house today were there, which is a very rare thing. The tour guy was telling us. He goes, it's so rare for them both to be here. And I was like, that's so cool.
I know. We got to meet some
owners of the house.
Yeah, semi-famous in Savannah, which is so cool.
Yeah. We are heading back to Foxy Loxy
So excited.
for a morning of work. I think we're going to be actually working this morning on podcast stuff. So we're going to be creating some content for you to enjoy and just take the morning to work through all that kind of fun stuff. And then I think we're going to explore the town a little bit since we've kind of have the day.
Yeah, why not?
In Fort Pulaski.
Yes.
So we didn't get to do this when we were in Tybee Island.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? Let's check this off the bucket list and just check it out while it's really nice and sunny out. So we're checking it out now. And honestly, I don't know much about it.
I know.
So we've got our little pamphlet
and Google.
I actually looked up on the National Park Service.
Yeah.
It's called like Fork Facts, and something I'm really really surprised by some of the facts, which I did not know this, is that it actually became a destination on the Underground Railroad for slaves searching for freedom. So that is something I had no idea.
I didn't know that either.
I had no idea it had any kind of importance in that way. But we're learning so much. It's really cool.
It's really cool to kind of see, obviously, like American history. I feel like it's been a really long time since I feel like I was like in class like that, learning these things. So it's fun to kind of revisit it and things obviously like we don't know, because obviously our history doesn't cover everything. So it's fun to kind of go through these things, read about it, and obviously
we've been
experience it.
Yeah, and we've been seeing like Pulaski everywhere, not just this fort. So like I've been recognizing names and realizing that there's so many like buildings or structures
and influences about it.
Yeah, so it's really cool to like actually see it in person and explore ourselves. Today we are doing our own walking tour in Savannah. So the reason that we're doing it ourselves is because one, we have a lot of time here, so we can actually leisurely do this ourselves. And two, when we were actually looking into actually doing tours of the historical district of Savannah, there's like three options. There's a bike option, there's like the bus option, the hop on, hop off, and there are also walking tours. But when we looked into these three options, we kind of realized that we actually hit a good chunk of them unintentionally. So with that in mind, we've already seen it. So we're like, you know what? Let's do it with more intention this time and do our own little Vogel walking tour.
So come join us as we take you around Savannah. We are going next to the Massie Heritage Center. We don't think we're gonna go in it, but we figured we'd walk past it and talk about the history behind it. So update on our little walking tour. So we are kind of we have our route set.
Yes.
But we're kind of deciding
in the moment whether we're going to go in or not to some of these places.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that we're checking out, it's a lot more about the architecture, and what's really amazing about just this space in general is there's so many signs that give you the education on it anyway. So
if you have the time to read it, like, it is worth, I think, doing the walking tour, the vocal walking tour that we're doing.
Yes.
But I do want to say a fun fact about, right now we're at the Colonial Park Cemetery. And it's not just this cemetery that has this fun fact, just to share the fun fact that we learned from that other tour that we did.
Yeah.
Is that, and actually we learned it from Troy too.
Yes.
But back in the day, a lot of the times, which is very scary, people would get buried alive.
I know.
And because of that phenomenon, they actually tied a bell to the people so that, like, let's say when they wake up from being buried alive, the bell would ring. So, but the thing is that a lot of the famous, or not actually famous, wealthy people in the day didn't want to have to deal with that. So they ended up making their own sort of above ground situation. That way that if they can't be found, that they have more time and they can kind of, I don't want to say be less scared, but kind of at the end of the day, a little bit less scared.
more comfortable, I
A little
guess.
more comfortable than being underground.
Okay, so we just enjoyed a little bit of food and a treat, and now we're gonna head off to the River District, and we're going to honestly just enjoy, hop, be spontaneous, since the area is so filled with amazing stuff. So we'll let it tell us what we want to check out.
A little bit more spontaneous in this one. We're getting. Woo! We're getting a drink to go, because believe it or not, it's open container here.
You're allowed to drink in the certain areas, so we figured that we can, you know, do it ourselves.
We're gonna do the sunset one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wanna
let's
do
that. I wanna do a sunset cruise.
Actually, fun fact, they have a lunch and a dinner you could do.
Oh, I didn't
here.
know that.
Yeah, they do. It's one of the
Ah.
tours, but I think I just wanted the sunset tour.
Yeah, sunset sounds like with speed.
The orange blossom. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so this one is pretty sweet naturally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I have honey at home. Like this.
Oh my
How
god,
long
no,
is this?
so good. Sorry, it was
Your
my
face
face.
was like that.
I was just
Wasn't
surprised
happy.
because it was actually really good.
Honey never goes bad. Okay.
Like I was processing in my head.
Okay.
Natural process. The sugar
Yeah?
breaking down
Didn't
the
expect
natural
that.
sugars.
But you can try one.
Put it in the glow for sure. That's what I want. Very fun.
Wow, really good.
I like that one.
Oh yeah, I understand why this is a favorite. This is really, really good. We just got out of this really cool place. What's it called? The Savannah Bee Company. The Savannah Bee Company. Even though I feel like Savannah is known for their peaches, believe it or not, in Savannah, honey is also super popular. And so we went to this really famous store. I didn't get too much footage because we were actually talking to the people serving us some honey. Because I didn't want to be rude and record while we were talking. But so delicious. I actually never really have just raw honey, and it was amazing.
We ended up
Really
buying a little bottle because I was like, we'll have it with our tea.
Yes. This is the founder of the Girl Scouts. I wasn't one, so I don't need to go into this museum, but if you were a Girl Scout, I recommend.
Yeah, or if you eat their cookies.
Yeah. We are back in Chippewa Square, which is the Forrest Gump Square, but I wanted to share with you a really fun fact. So, see these statues here? The coolest thing is like they are actually facing in the direction of their enemies to protect you. So I thought that was like a really cool thing that we learned on one of the tours that we were at, and I had to share. So we were here to go check out the, what was it? Sorrel Weed House. Sorrel Weed House. Unfortunately, it closes at 4. We thought it was 5. So we thought we had some time, but we don't. But that doesn't mean we will definitely come back and revisit it. But the reason we are visiting this house out of other ones today is because on our ghost tour, it said it was one of the most haunted, well, in the tour guide's eyes, one of the most haunted houses in Savannah.
So that means we have to check it out.
Exactly. So that's something that we were curious about and wanted to check out, but we will definitely be back and check it out, and just obviously time it a little better than we did.
Yeah, my bad.
6 hours later and the walking tour is complete. We're back in Forsyth Park, and honestly, it was, after experience, I know it sounds long, it didn't feel long. We had some really nice breaks. It was not difficult to walk everywhere.
No, honestly, everything's really close by, and you can always pick a park to sit in on a bench if you'd like to. There's literally so many of them. Yeah. So you can always just take a minute, and honestly, we kind of broke up our day with like lunch and like those parks in general. So we got to give our feet a nice little break, but I definitely am feeling it now. So I'm excited to just relax the rest of the day. I do have pottery later, so I'll be doing that, but the tour is complete. Pottery week 2. I'm not gonna lie, today's a little bit difficult to get to because I'm freaking tired from the walk that we had, but I'm gonna try to make some, maybe this time the actual tea mugs, we'll see. So today was kind of a struggle because of, I think I was just really tired from all the fun activities that we did today. So my head was just having a really hard time focusing on centering and being on the wheel, but positive. So I took a break from it and I decided to ask some questions that I've been curious about learning. Which one thing which I have never done, which is a technique called sgraffato, which is like kind of a carving technique. But in order to do that, I need to paint on like a underglaze before, and then let it dry a little bit, and then I'll start scratching it. So I'm in the process of doing that. I kind of made like kind of a fun, silly piece to practice on, so that's what I'm going to practice with that. And then my other one, I thought it'd be really fun to use the underglaze. I've, again, never used it before, to paint this little flower in like a sort of, I don't know, like I did a brick sort of pot sort of thing. So it's easier to paint like the bricks than the flowers that I was doing. So I'm kind of experimenting and kind of having fun in this class. I don't really have like a lot of intention with the things I'm making, so it kind of has been really free form and flowy when I get there. So sometimes I'll have an intention and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and I genuinely just don't do it, but which has been kind of liberating and fun.
that it stinks. Yeah, it's all good.
You know what? I'm gonna say no.
Oh god.
We met on the ghost tour and now she's showing us around and this has just been so fun and what a treat. It's been a blast. Oh my god, I can't wait to do more things with you.